Kia ora koutou, welcome everybody to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez, joined today by Dan Nichols and late edition Lucy Eccleton. We're going to be calling the game this afternoon, and we're going to check a few things just to make sure. I just have to do this. Are we on the air for the sound? I think we, oh, yep, there you go, Dan. There we go. And that's Dan quiet there. No, you good? You can't hear me. Okay. Hang on. We're going to get these technical items sorted out here. So we'll join you in just a minute as the Red Devils and Mako take the ice. We'll be back in just a minute. Are we good, Dan?
Can you hear me? Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm good now.
There you go.
Yep.
Audio check.
Audio check.
Say hi, Lucy.
Hello.
All right. And we're on the air, so why not, right? Welcome, everybody, to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez, here with Dan Nichols and Lucy Eccleton. We're going to call the afternoon's matchup between the hometown Red Devils and the Auckland Mako. And this one is always a fun one because the Auckland Mako are a team that is a developmental squad of under 23s from around the league. So I'll get this out of the way early, guys. This does not count on the standings overall. But with that out of the way, these are always a lot of fun and very enjoyable. They just, the Auckland Mako are, well, it's a bunch of youngsters getting some playing time, and some of them are even from the Red Devils. So we'll talk as we go here. Dan, tell us a little bit about this afternoon's contest.
Yeah, like you said, Matt, the Auckland Mako team, the development team here, great chance for some of the players that are somewhat on the fringe of the wider NZIHL squads to get some ice time up against the NZIHL teams. And then on the other side, a chance here for Red Devils to work on a few things. We're in the middle of their normal season. They've just come off a tough weekend against the Swarm where they got a win and a loss. But again, they probably had a few things on training to work on, and now a chance in the middle of the season here to fine-tune a few things. But yeah, Mako youth here, nothing to lose. Red Devil pride was on the line. They don't want to lose.
No, they definitely do not want to lose, and to that end, they have actually put out their front top line to start with Morris, Haast, and Moncrief out at the dot. And the referee team out there ready to go. And just a quick little check of equipment, and I think we'll be underway here. So the Auckland Mako do not have nameplates, so please forgive us as we work our way through this one. Haast with it first. He's going to take the puck right away, go into the zone, and get held up. And that gets dumped low by Brown to Morris. Morris looking around. And the offense starts immediately for the Red Devils. Morris bothered by Sarikov there. Back to Haast. Haast takes a shot. Good save there. Morris looking for an outlet. That goes a little too far. Logan Willis missed that one as it goes over his stick. And they reset the offense for the Red Devils. Oh, that's turnover behind. And a chance. Shot. And a stop by Reason, and that's Aiden Cheney from Auckland taking the first real chance of this game.
Sean Brown, I think, might just regret that move here on his first shift. They're taking a bit casual, trying to do a fancy move behind his own net, causing a turnover there, and yeah, Mako with an early opportunity.
Sebastian Stephen to take this one for the Mako. The Stephen brothers getting a lot of time up north with the Admirals, as well as the Mako. They played the 3-on-3 last year. A lot of ice time, and they are looking very good coming up for that organization. Campbell with it for a moment. They bring it in the zone, but it's turned back around by Clark. And that gets pulled away by Kazanev, but he is offside. Lucy, first of all, welcome to the booth. It's a little cramped up here, I have to admit.
Thanks for having me.
So, Lucy, you'll be here kind of just seeing if there's, well, first of all, quality control, because you know a lot of these players, right? So if we don't have the names or numbers, make sure you jump in on this one, and let's all have a good time.
All right.
Watch some hockey today. That one goes back to George Hopkins. I would love to see him get a couple of shots this afternoon. He's got a great story to tell. If you aren't aware of it, we'll talk about it in a bit. But that comes in just for a moment and turns back over to Harry Lowe. Harry coming in over the blue line, gets 3 across, takes the shot over the bar. That rings around, stays in the zone, goes to the corner, and Lowe gets it back for a moment, but goes out to neutral, and he recovers. Goes right back in, the most north-south player we've got here. He takes a shot, chance, and that deflection goes just past Tim Thomas. Can't do anything with it through the crease. And then we've got number 88 with no plate there. Oh, what a hit. Now, who was, Dan, you had that number, right? 88?
88 for Devils is Hayes.
Well,
one of the younger players here for the Red Devils, and a bit of friendly fire here at center ice.
Yeah, Hayes has been putting on the hits, but he's 1-1 on that. He's even good offensive hit and then a good friendly fire hit there. The Mako with it there. Joel Keokuk trying to dig that one out. And that goes back, and it'll be Ed Lawrence picking that up for a moment. That's turned over. Back to Brown. Brown on the other side. He's going to dump it low. Gallagher to chase that, but it's the Mako grabbing it. Tiranga Hinare throwing it back in. And is it Dudak? Is that right? On number 4?
Dadov.
Dadov.
Yeah.
There it is. Dadov with a chance there. You guys said he wasn't going to get much ice time. He's out here already. There you go.
It looks like both sides taking the chance to roll their youth here today.
This is going to make it that much more fun. Brown coming up the left side. He's going to gain the zone. Looking for a pass, but he gets his stick lifted by Lawrence again. Another good defensive play. And that's turned around. The Red Devils are going to have that one. Noah Moncrief with it now. He sends it back into neutral. The Mako have to reset. Cheney bringing it in. Onside. Haas grabbing it for a moment. Dedov able to disrupt the play there. Now Brown looking for the outlet. That's going to be on target. They're going to go for a change here. Noah Moncrief stays out. He holds on to it, goes into the corner, knocks a player down. That was Lachlan Boniface getting the worst end of that. Byfield with a shot, and that's a goal.
Byfield claiming a goal here for the Red Devils. That will be probably his first. I think that's only his second game here with the Red Devils top on. So he'll claim his first goal wearing that jersey against the Auckland Mako.
And here's that shot as it comes back through. And that goes just through the 5-hole. That's
on a fellow Canterbury goalie in there for the Mako here starting here on the Saturday game. Sorry.
And that face off with Morris going straight up the ice, looking for a pass to Haast. Gets sent back to him. Doubled up over on the other side there, and the Red Devils hold on to possession, but they do come out. They have to tag up. Haast backs out. Auckland looking for an outlet there, but instead dump in chase by Lewis.
That's a goal to the Red Devils.
Jack Lewis playing for the Thunder, also playing for the New Zealand under 18s and under 20s. And that's going to come in. I think there's no icing here. It's going to be Meisternock with it. Byford back to Meisternock. And then up to Morris. Morris takes the shot. Stick save. That's into the corner. It'll be Haast moving it around. And Leon Rasmussen holding on to that for the Mako, giving it up, and they cycle it. Rasmussen getting it back, but only as far as Pake. Doesn't come out of the zone yet. And now they fight for it, and it goes out to neutral. Pake collecting. Back to Hopkins. So while we're here, Dan, tell us the story about Mr. Hopkins.
Well, Mr. Hopkins, last count, I think it was over 110 games played in the NZIHL and holds the record for the lowest points per game average for anyone that's at least played a season or two.
And does not have a goal.
And does not have a goal. But Matt, if he scores one here this weekend, because it's technically the NZIHL Div 2 weekend, I feel like it's getting a hole-in-one on your second tee shot.
That's a hole-in-3. I love it. You know, you're not wrong, but I think we'll still tape it up just in case he doesn't get another one. And we'll still celebrate it all the same. Anyway, sent around by Campbell and another shot by Pate, and that goes behind. And I think it was Hayden Bull that was handling that there, but it goes back out to neutral. Campbell knocked down center ice. Hopkins knocks it forward. Bull with it. Bull holding. Snapshot, and that goes high over the glass, or into the glass. Stays in play. And that centering pass to Bull, wrong side of the tape there, and the Mako will break out. They've got a 3-on-2 if they rush, but that puck got away, and now Brown has it, sends it around the boards. Comes out far enough, but to neutral, and it's Jacob Wallace, the Red Devil. Well, I guess he's Canterbury under 18. Wallace has time, right?
Oh, I think he's dressed.
He's dressed. There you go.
I'm not sure if he stepped on the ice, but
there you go. He's still a member of the roster. We'll leave it at that, but he's getting ice time today. And it's good to see him getting some time out there with Peter Shang and the rest of the crew. Brown with it. Brown can't hold that one in. Comes the other way. It's Ben Lees.
another local.
Another local, exactly. Do we know anything about him?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, there you go.
This has been third season with the Devils. I know he's not technically with the Devils today, but on the same ice.
Keokuk knocking it deep, and the Mako trying to play that back. That again is Ed Lawrence. That goes out of the zone. And that's turned around by Josh Dickinson. Can't get it in, but he's going to get the puck back. And they pass it around. That's Lawrence again, 56. Looking for an outlet pass. Good move there as Keokuk tried to cheat him on that one. They dump it in and around. And it'll be Meisternock skating hard up the ice. He's got some speed. Looking for a pass. And that's an excellent save. I actually was wondering if that got behind him. Garth almost had himself a goal.
He did. I think Garden Deming there with a great glove save there. Yeah, Garth. I think if he could take that shot again, he might have tried to go left side rather than back to the right side. But yeah, great speed through the neutral zone by Meisternock. And a good centering pass.
And we'll just give him the replay there. But it's a great save. And we're back in play. We're going a little fast today, I'm sure. So
it's pretty free flowing now. Maybe second whistle so far. We're already 8 minutes gone in the game.
And that's turned back over. Shot, and that's knocked down. Another shot, and another good save. And that's Isaac Gardner in goal for the Mako, correct? So
correct, yeah. Canterbury player, and good to see a bit of the youth in fourth line there for the Red Devils getting some shifts, but it does look like both coaches are just sort of rolling their players here to start the game. And
they're going to let Haas get that face-off. He wins it. Stays in the zone up to Morris. Morris looking for a pass, and he's going to hold on to it. Gives that pass low, and Haas digging away at it. 1-0 the score. The Red Devils ahead of the Auckland Mako in today's matchup here. And Morris trying to get one through. Maybe a little too fancy for that, but it goes to Haas. Pass in front. And that's knocked aside. The Mako knock it out. Morris will take it again. Number 88 again, guys?
Craig Hayes.
Hayes, there you go. And as Haas drags that in, Moncrief holds up and gets in onside. And now Haas taking it halfway across. And that shot goes wide and behind the glass, or behind the net, excuse me. Morris with a good turn there, just a video game move. And that pass, trying to get it back, and another really good save by Isaac there. We'll see if we can get that one back up here, because that is just...
Did you hear the post on that one, Lucy?
Oh,
I feel like it might have gone behind him and then fell back into Gavin Demi as Morris.
Oh, I think that was a glove save from what I could tell. So
I think we can let him take credit for that.
Yeah. Chalk it up. Another save.
And Bull gets that face off for a moment. Gets it back. Gets it through the linesman's legs. And he is taking off the puck there. Campbell chases. Goes to King. And Paik at the point. Holds it in. Good move there. Getting it behind towards the board side. Campbell has to chase that one in the skates, but the Mako have it now. Attempted dump and chase by Clammer, but he's in too early. They have to clear. And now the long pass that goes to Brown and doesn't even get to Reason. Brown looking to start the play there. Campbell takes it across the line with a shot. Nobody pressuring Isaac there, but that is Isaac Gardner-Demi holding on to it and getting a stop.
I think that was a great strategic play by the young player Campbell. They just dump it in for the line change, to be honest.
That is a smart way to go, for sure. Low to take this one. They're shuttling some players out of the face-off circle. Byford to Meisternock across the ice as they cycle low and try to work on that stuff play. Now Lowe's got it at the half board, sends it around the kick plate. Thomas holding it in. Good to see Thomas getting some more ice time today.
I'm glad coaches put him on the under 5'9" line as well.
Hey, well, that's appropriate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, with Mason Reese not dressing today.
We'll see if Mason comes up tomorrow. The invite's been extended. We'll see if he's available. And then a chance there. That goes across the ice. That's Ben Lee, of course. Ben Lees. Gotta say it right. Ben Lees. Lawrence throwing it in. No icing here. Reason settling it. Byford sending it behind. Meisternock collecting. And it's been a good, fun game so far, guys. Not enough offensive chances for my liking, but other than that, it's been moving pretty well.
Yeah, I was going to say not enough stoppages for you to get a rest, Matt, but yeah, I think both pretty much were changing on the fly and playing some flowing hockey.
Sarakov with it. Sarakov taking the shot, but that gets deflected away. It's Garth sending it around to George Hopkins. That only goes as far as Kazanev there. And Kazanev took a good hit for his troubles. And there's another one given back. Who was that? Josh Dickinson with a shoulder there. That's a bit physical for this one, but stick left over there. That'll be Yang coming off. He's stickless at the moment, and they're going to make a change. The Red Devils trying to take advantage of it. Hopkins has it at the point, dumps it low. Gallagher to chase. Garth Teranga Hinare looking to get a puck, but that is going to be a penalty.
There was a late
high sticking.
High stick call there as he came through for the hit. But again, some of these Mako players, they're trying to play a proper game here. They've got selectors to show that they're ready for under 18s or under 20 New Zealand team selection, or the NZIHL coaches if they're on the wider squad list for some of them. So yeah, good to see some of them throwing some body around.
It's an audition. And Sarakov is going to sit 2 minutes here for that high sticking with 7:46 to go in the first. Morris with a shot deflected, goes up and hits the ceiling. So we're going to get another face-off here. Yeah, I think it's interesting to see, you know, the Red Devils have to take it seriously, but not too seriously. They have to balance it, honestly, just to do it the right way and play this out, get a good session in this weekend, but at the same time, not be too aggressive or risk any injuries where it's not necessary or anything worse.
I'd agree, but I'd also say you don't want to take it too easy, because that's when you put risk of injury. If you take your foot off or you don't expect them to hit you, that's when you can put yourself into trouble. So yeah, I'd still like to see them take it again pretty seriously. Chance to practice power plays, Face-off positioning, because they had a couple of lapses last weekend as they passed it around the zone, but no one wanted to shoot.
Yeah, that was 3 really good passes across the ice, and nobody could pull the trigger on that one. And, well, Gardner's looking really good in net, really. He was flowing across the crease. It's having himself quite a game.
Yeah.
We got 6 minutes of game times for the Red Devils up against Swarm earlier this season.
In the road games.
In the road games, yeah, where the
low shot. Oh, that's a very good glove save, as that was going to sneak in, and Gardner seeing that as it comes through. Let's see if I got that replay on here. That was very interesting.
That was a good shot from Byford. He was trying to get a second on the board for himself.
Everybody trying to get it back and forth. Gardner doing a great job. Even lays out for it there. Face off won by the Red Devils, knocked aside, sticked away by Gardner. Stays in the zone. Meisternock at the point. Pass to Brown. Brown's going to take the shot. Hits the post. Over to Willis. Back to Brown. Kicks it to himself. Willis sends it around. Low. Kind of stayed up on the dasher for a moment there. It makes it tough to play. Brown doing a good job of keeping it in. Yeah, I had a quick word with one of the players before the game. I asked Joel what I was doing, and then I just told him, make sure you win. Yeah, I think that's the interesting part about this one. They do have to play it hard enough to win, to do what they need to do and not hold up too much. I think that's really well said, Dan. Out to the point, Moncrief. Moncrief pressured, that gets a little bit lower. Meisternock. Take. Tries to get it to the point, but Moncrief had snuck in a little bit and got away from the boards there, and that's going to allow the Mako to change. Brown looking for the long pass. He gets it past Morris, and that's going to go for icing against the Red Devils.
Yeah, not too much coming on that power play for the Red Devils. Again, they had a couple of good probably the first power play line set up, had a good couple of passes across, but whether it's just this game, no one was willing to pull the shot. You would probably hope in another weekend one of them would have been firing that on net.
That face-off in the defensive zone, won by the Red Devils, but given up quickly. It's dumped back in by Lawrence. Goes back to Brown. Brown passes that out, goes halfway up. Haas catches it. Comes in the zone, goes around the past Gardner, takes it behind, and a deflection. That was good defense there by Peter Shea, getting the deflection out from the Morris shot.
Didn't seem too happy with that one.
Who's that, Morris?
Moncrief.
Moncrief,
yeah.
Making some expressions after the play.
A Moncrief with expressions, you don't say. Face off in the zone for Morris. He's going to win that one back to the point.
We've only got one of the Moncrief brothers out there today for the Red Devils. Tom Moncrief is what I'm going to assume is a healthy scratch.
Yeah, we've had a few healthy scratches, and that's always the case for these games. But, yeah, it kind of makes sense, actually. So, Red Devils with the puck. They trying to move it out. Goes halfway up. Pass from Haas to Morris through the legs. Back to Morris. Morris looking. Morris leaving it behind. Haas with a back pass. Stays in just. And that goes back out of the zone. They have to reset. A little bit of a loose pass there. That's Sarakov after the high stick penalty back out. Now Morris, and Morris with a goal. That is just a thing of beauty. We'll take a look at this one again here. That's 2-0 the score.
Yeah, turns on a bit of speed, picks up the puck, and gets around the Mako defender and just pulls it across the crease in front of Gardner Deming.
That was definitely only a matter of time. He's been showing that type of play all game, so good to see him finish it.
And if there's one thing Morris can do, it's he can skate.
Yeah.
That one knocked down by Gallagher in front, but the Red Devils right back at it with the offense. I think maybe somebody woke them up and said, time to start shooting, boys. Tiranga Hinari with the puck now, and that's thrown back in. Gallagher with it in the corner. Gallagher looking to let that one out. Byford with a shot. Oh, and another one. Did that ring off the corner there?
Top of the stick.
Top of the stick. I don't think Isaac saw that one coming in at all.
No, that was the butt end of the stick, goalie's stick there.
Chance there for the Mako. Sarakov again playing the puck. And some good hitting there. Sarakov just playing above his weight there. He's had himself quite a couple of shifts. And outside of the penalty, he's been the Mako's best player to me. Meisternock with it. Up to Bull. Bull trying to find Campbell through the slot, but he had already overskated. Clark knocking it around for the Mako. And that one goes up to Cheney. Aiden Cheney coming in. Leaves it behind. It's going to be Dickinson catching that. He caught a stick up high. Arms stay down. Willis trying really hard not to do anything with it. Didn't want to get accused of holding there, and he raises his arms.
I had a flashback about 30 seconds ago, Matt, when Paik was charging towards the far boards over there.
Oh, yeah.
When it was first shift last year in the NZIHL Div 2, within 5 seconds of being on the ice, he got a 5-minute game misconduct penalty for checking from behind, I think.
Yeah, it was not long.
Definitely the quickest suspension, well, unofficial quickest suspension in NZIHL.
Yeah, he was out for 5 seconds. I think it was 57 seconds into the game.
Yeah.
And then it was see you later. So good to see him back out here. He took it well.
There's one way to make an entrance.
That is not the recommended one, but it is a way.
With his body type, I didn't really pick him to be an enforcer, but yeah.
He's gonna hear about that. Paik the enforcer here. Geo Cope throwing it back behind the net, and that's collected by Jesse Hutchins. As they go back and forth. Onto the other side, Clark with it. And the Mako moving that one out. Tom Clark losing that one. Tim Thomas throwing it forward. Harry Lowe with a high shot, deflected off the stick. Back to Lowe. Lowe's got a little extra in the nose there at the moment. I think he took a high stick as well.
Yeah, plugged up one of the nostrils.
Makes it difficult to breathe, but nonetheless, he's out there. Joel out there with a penalty against the Mako coming up. And that is a cross-check being called. We'll see who that was on. 52, I think it is the number, Jack Lewis.
Yep. Another chance here for the Red Devils. Last weekend, their power play was on fire on that Saturday game. Four power play goals. Something worked in the previous 2 weeks. I wonder if they've kept their foot on the pedal during the practice this week.
Well, let's see what they do. Bull wins that one, but it goes over to Isaac Gardner. Gardner kind of sticking it away for the Mako. Haast has it. Haast going across the ice. Back to Morris, but that gets intercepted. And Clammer taking it the length of the ice and getting a little bit of pressure off the Mako. Tough pass there. It was Byford giving that one up. But Morris taking it, taking over, skating around. Back to Byford. Across the ice to Haast. Haast looking across. Morris all wide open. He waits, tipped, and there's the goal. Just perfectly worked. And stretching the Mako defense on the penalty kill. They just didn't have the reach. And that makes it 3-0 for the Red Devils.
Yeah, lovely passing there between Haast to Morris and then to Moncrief in front. I think, yeah, taking their patience and time. Probably a tough one for the Mako, playing penalty kill when you don't have a regular squad, you don't have trainings, you're not really practicing systems. You only get instructions from a coach on a whiteboard, and the way you try and do your best to action it.
Yeah, like you say, I think that was one of the most patient plays I've seen from Morris there, holding on to the puck as opposed to taking that shot.
Well, it's interesting too because the shot or that first chance actually came off the post as we saw it on the replay there, and then he just waited and waited and then put it through. And just like that, that quick run of 20 minutes ends the first period, and that's the Red Devils up 3-0. Lucy, thoughts on 20 minutes of good hockey this afternoon?
Well, like you said, you know, it's always rough for the Mako. You know, they don't have a regular squad. They don't have the chance to build that chemistry. And so I think they held their own quite well for the majority of it. Just got a bit unlucky in the defensive zone a few times there. But equally, the Devils did really well, especially on the boards quite a few times there, you know, just holding the puck to the boards or holding the blue line and whatnot. And yeah, I think both teams did quite well. It was a very fast period.
I think for the Marcos, if they want to start ticking up the scoreboard, they've really got to take most of the quick turnover opportunities where the Red Devils fumble it or, yeah, dare say being too relaxed or too casual. That's where probably the Mako are going to need to pounce on any opportunities they can get there.
Yeah, I'd like to see them take, even if they're longer shots, I'd like to see them bother Reason a little bit because they've been looking for a lot of careful passes and better passes, and maybe it's just time for them to shoot the puck.
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to take a break here for about 10 minutes. We'll be back with the under-12s in a little bit, but you're watching the Auckland Mako and the Canterbury Red Devils. After one period of play, 3-0 the score. We'll see you here in a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. Kia ora koutou, welcome back. You know, if they're going to do this under 12 thing, I'm a little confused. The goals are backwards here today. But I think the goals are backwards because there are no goaltenders today. I knew I'd figure it out eventually. But today's under 12 matchup here. Today we have players from the Canterbury Ice Hockey Association's under 12 Super League competing during this intermission with the Spiders in the red and the blue, and the Hulks in the green. I hope that's right. I'm not sure, but I think it is. Ooh, number 15's down. Come on, buddy, get back up. If you have a child that might be interested in giving hockey a try, Canterbury Ice Hockey Association has a Learn to Play program that offers a free trial session, gear included, for children interested in giving it a go. To learn more, just Google Canterbury Ice Hockey Association and visit the website, which is at ciha.org.nz, to arrange a free session. Now, these guys will be out here for a little while longer. We will be back in about 2 minutes to bring you second period action with the Mako and the Red Devils. The Red Devils up 3-0. And we'll have Dan on the play-by-play and Lucy on the color. And we'll see you guys here in a little bit. Thanks for joining us. Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. Fun, physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Saunders Robinson and Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants. Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz. Kia ora koutou, welcome back everybody to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez. I am here with a couple of friends. Dan Nichols And Lucy Eccleton got it in there. Second period action, and we're going to have Dan on the play-by-play and then turn it over to you. Here you go, Dan.
Thank you, Matt. Moncrief picks up the puck there on the half boards. Morris now swoops in, picking up some speed as he leaves the zone. Tries to go through the Mako, but they shut him down effectively there as they into the zones. Surkov there putting pressure on Moncrief. And Red Devils take control. As Haas looks to source it up there for Morris, who's going to outskate the icing here. And throws it back to the corner for Moncrief. Over to Morris. Deeks in front one, throws it back to Haas. Haas looking back door. Moncrief doesn't pull the trigger. Goes behind the net, passes up to the blue line. Willis across to Brown. Brown with a high shot there, rings off the glass. And there's a Mako break it out. Pass up, no icing's called as Mako player skates onto it. Devils knock it to the corner. 2-on-2 down here in the half boards. And support still battling away. Willis comes out to Morris and as he skates away with the puck, picks up speed. It's a 2-on-1 now. Tries to deep, but the Mako defender there does a great job. With 42, Kahisikinov. As the puck comes out to neutral ice and Byfield picks it up. Mako pressuring him as the Red Devils are line changing. Hayden Bull just chips it down to the corner and goes and chases. Pake there in support. Battling away, 2-on-2. And Mako try to bring it up the boards here, but Maestronot pinches in from the blue line and keeps it in. Back to the corner and Pake trying to control it now. Ball picks it up out of the corner, throws it to the middle. Campbell doesn't get all of it, hits the post. Great opportunity there for her, young Campbell. As he cycles it down the ball, but effectively taken off the puck there by the Mako player. As Page lines up the Mako player and throws it in. And Red Devils throw it down, but no icing. Kept in the zone by Pate. Throws it down and behind the net. Maestronot now pinches in from the blue line. Up to Campbell for another shot. Off the Mako skate and looked like a little bit of trouble, but effectively not to Pate. And deflects back out into the neutral zone. Byfield's going for it. Ball's calling for it up the boards. He now gets it to him, but Mako have had time to change up. And we've got an offside call there.
Some excellent defense there. What was it, 42?
Yeah, indeed. Mako doing some great job there, separating the puck. It was getting a bit of time with possession and control, but Mako effectively shutting down any opportunities they had. Face-off goes back in. Keokuk chips it in and goes after it. It's under 5'9" line on the ice here for the Red Devils. He cycles it down to low, but mishandles that, and the Mako player chips it up the boards, but kept in by Hayes there on the blue. And Thomas looks to pass it through the middle, but it's broken up, and here comes the chance for the Mako. But couldn't keep hold of that one was Claymore. Cycle to the corner as Red Devils now try to get the puck back. Harry Lowe going towards it. Tim Thomas in the corner, throwing out in front, and Hopkins is going to come away with it, breaking out now as he flutters that one and mishandles that, but Harry Lowe takes over and throws it in deep. Thomas goes and misses it, and Mako a chance now to come up the ice. Hopkins takes it on his blue line, gets it up to Thomas, and he throws it in deep, and Keokuk goes and chases. Nice little wee backhand out to the slot, but no one was there for the Red Devils. To Dadov in the high slot, but can't get a hold of the shot. Brown takes over and throws it down to Harry Lowe. Tries to throw it out to Gallagher, but effectively blocked there by the Mako as they tried to get it around and out, but it's kept in. Good pressure here from the Red Devils. They're keeping it down low by Harry Lowe. He's surveying his options, flutters one up to the point, but that bounces over Sean Brown's stick, and Dan Reason out to play it and throws it round to Sean Brown as the Markov applies some good forecheck, but Hanari has it now. Can't deke around the defender, and Lees brings it out for the Mako, picking up some pace. Tries to go around the outside of Brown, throws it to the slot. Oh, a great opportunity if he could have got hold of it there. But it's turned over as Gallagher brings it out to the Red Devils and dump and chase strategy here. Goes after it, kept in by Maestronot. Back down low as Hanara goes after it. Lees applies pressure and put a body on there. Goes across to the close near side here, and Mako to the break-up pass, just escapes Lees as Maestronot does a wee head fake there and kills up ice. Skating with some speed, head up, looking, surveying, passes back to Hanari, got time. Oh, got there, and that was deflected from a high stick. It's called by the referee.
Oh, that was a bit unlucky, but quite a bit of a fluke if that had gone in. I feel like we're seeing a lot of rushed plays. Maybe both teams could hold on to it just a little bit longer, or yeah, you know, seeing them being passed up, maybe not so accurately.
I think he's probably surprised he had too much time there with that puck, but back underway as the Red Devils top line starts out, and Haas circles through the neutral zone and brings it in. Goes to the left corner, drops it back to Moncrief. Up to the point, Maestronot tries to one-timer it, but good pressure there from the Mako player. Morris comes out of the corner, back to Maestronot. He brings it in, he's looking up to his point as Haas takes his spot. He's cycling up high here on the blue line by the Red Devils. Maestronot looking for Moncrief there for the tip, but he's high and wide. Oh, Morris going for the wraparound, but mishandled it. You don't see that often from Morris. As Mako coming out here 3-on-2 opportunity. Far side there was Boniface, but couldn't get a good pass across. And Cheney here turns up the puck. Probably one of the better looks here for the Mako, but goes high and wide. Cheney gets the puck back down low, comes out of the corner, shoots, hits the post near side as Red Devils try to get control. Serkov takes a run at Byfield, but while we've got some big hits happening, the puck's still in a threatening position. And Dan Reason does a good job there to finally cover it up and take some of the steam out of that opportunity there for the Mako. And Byfield there getting a chance to put his body on the line as the Marco's lining him up. Probably a bit of young player on young players, trying to pick their battles.
It was good to see the Mako get a bit more of a look than they have for the rest of the period, we'll say.
Yeah, definitely put Dan Reason on notice. That a couple of chances there. Just chipped out of the zone as Campbell does get hold of it. He's got Pake in the middle. Takes the shot, but I think Gardner-Deming gets a bit on that and goes wide. Cross-ice breakout pass there, broken up by Pake.
Gardner without a stick there, too.
Yeah, Gardner misses, and actually almost bounces back in front of him as the Mako take control of the puck here as they enter the zone. And Hopkins applying pressure and manages to get it out into the neutral zone as Campbell goes to chase, but Stephen gets back onto it as he tries to put a few moves on, but loses it. His teammates pass it up and shut back down by Hopkins. Okay, coming back to their own zone to regroup here. Dickinson takes it behind the net, keeps skating with it. Throws into the middle, misses his first option, but goes through to Lewis. And he tries to cut back into the middle. Almost gets a chance on it. Goes wide. Harry Lowe brings it out, throws it up to Campbell, but can't keep control of it. Marco tried to bring it back up, but it's turned over and kept in the zone. Timmy Thomas with a shot and a goal. Low shot 5-hole there by Timmy Thomas. It's not a good breakout chance there from the Mako. Turned over, kept inside the blue line, and I believe a body or two in front of Gardner-Deming there. Didn't have much chance, and Tim Thomas slots it home.
Yeah, it was a well-positioned shot as well. I don't think he was expecting that 5-hole, but...
Yeah, indeed. Got a bit of traffic in front of him. Couldn't react in time, and that puts another one on the scoreboard here from Canterbury Red Devils. We're 4-0 with 12 minutes to go here in the second period. Cross-ice pass, but bats back into their own zone for the Makos as they puck comes up to Sean Brown, chips it in, and Hanare goes chasing that one. Sean Brown keeps it in, but Mako tried to get hold of it and indeed get it back out of the zone. Logan Willis calms it down. Strong pass up to Gallagher. He handles it well, cuts across the zone, looks for his teammate. Oh, Hart, I believe that one is. Had a chance, but hit the shin pad. Brown throws one low and wide. Willis bites in there and keeps it in the zone. And Hart battling for it, trying to get control of it, but Gardner-Deming sweeps it to the corner. Puck goes right through the slot. Danger zone there, but Willis has to go back to the neutral zone to pick it up. As he meanders through the neutral zone now, brings it in on the left side, and attempted reverse hit there by Willis as the player was somewhat near him, but got the worst of it. Brown now keeps it in the zone, the Red Devils, and Moncrief going after it, throws it in front, but Haas wasn't quite there. Morris picks up the puck behind the net. Pressure by Mako, and Haas trips over watching Morris. Morris still got it as he's gone all the way around and then throws it right through the slot. Mako pick it up, but don't get it out of the zone. And now finally they get a little reprieve, but Red Devils want to take it straight back in. And Morris does that. Manages to get through two of them. And in behind the net there, up to his D-man on the blue line, but mishandles that one and release of pressure here for the Makos. So all five are going to the line change. And icing would have been the call, but the Mako was so far behind it that they got waved off well and truly early. And Byfield picks it up here with Mako pressuring and misses his player. Mako now bring it down the left side. And throws it in front, and Reason gets a stick on it, deflects it, leaks it by, and here comes Haast chasing the puck. And King applying pressure, does well. So Mako throw it back up, but can't keep control of it, so it's just back into the neutral zone for the Red Devils to touch up and come back in and put the pressure on as Lee skates it in front of his goalie. Not usually a recommended option. And Pate has it in the corner there for the Red Devils. He passes it behind the net now to Morris. Up to the point to Byfield. Good shot on, but Gardner-Deming has the pad down. Morris picks up the rebound, looking for a wraparound. Can't do it. Puck deflects out to Maestronot, goes high over the crossbar on his attempt. Still kept in. Byfield stick handles it on the blue line. Does enough, takes a shot, but covered up safely by Gardner-Deming, and we get a line change here.
And some real long plays.
Yeah, indeed. We're not getting too many whistles here today. It's quite a free-flowing affair, and players having to change on the fly, but long change in the second period makes it a bit harder probably for the Mako to keep getting fresh legs out there.
Yeah, for sure. Doing well to keep up.
Indeed, and we have an icing call here against the Mako. I think they were just fresh on the ice anyway, so they shouldn't be too tired here.
Yeah. It'd be good to see them get it out of the zone and put some more pressure on Dan Reason.
Yeah. They're just probably in a bit of defences here. They're getting the puck out of the zone, but it's not with control. It's just enough to throw it into the neutral zone. Red Devils having to get the chance to just regroup and come straight back in. Hayden Ball now has it in the corner. Goes up to Hopkins on the point. He throws one that was on target. He'll probably put that one down on the stats as a shot on target for Hopkins. As a couple bodies collide there in the middle of the ice. Mako coming around the left side here, Surkov. Puck gets taken off him. Campbell now has it for Red Devils, throws it behind the net to Dadov, who up the boards, but his winger ain't there, and Mako take a quick shot there from the blue, side, and Dan Reason gets a glove on that one.
You made a comment before about, the young players, playing against young players, and you can definitely see, a different level of competitiveness coming out of them, and seeing some good hits and some more passion being up against each other, and maybe, trying to prove to coaches that they deserve to be on the lineup.
Indeed. You just got to be watch out for the hungry young player that wants to take on a vet and knock a vet over. They'll get a bit of an applause for that if they manage to do that as well. Mako applying some pressure here in the zone. Batting for the puck. Comes up. Shot high and wide from just inside the blue line. As Kia Cope doesn't manage to get that out of the zone. Mako throw it in front. Goes through a couple of players. Across to the far side as Yang picks it up. Tries to skate it into the middle. Not successful. Sean Brown shuts him down and does enough to get outside of the zone, and that will be called offside.
Oh, he's not happy.
Yeah. The player's got a different viewpoint to the linesman there, and linesman's the one with the whistle.
Yeah, it would have been a good shot on for him.
Yeah, indeed. They had a little bit of time in the zone there, but no major chances coming from it. So let's see if they can win a face-off here and go back in on the attack. Harry Lowe has the puck through the neutral ice. Timmy Thomas driving the net. Tries to get it to him, but it goes wide as Keo Cope now goes after the puck. Cycles it down low, goes past Thomas, over to Lowe. And that comes out of the zone there from Mako. Skating away, Lowe going for it, but falls over, and Sean Brown gets the turnover, throws a shot on, but that's into the chest area there of Garden Demon, and
I got to give a shout out to Ben Dunning for that. That move through the legs, wow. That was well above his rank.
Yeah. He's been probably honing those skills in there in Wellington on the wee rink there in Upper Hutt, Brewtown. So see Hanari lining up on the face-off there against Claymore. Red Devils have it on the blue line. D-to-D pass, Maestro knock. With a shot there. Yeah, that came off the back, the end of the rink there and actually fluttered back up onto the pad of Garden Deming.
Bit dangerous.
Yeah. Well, he could almost catch the goalie off guard there and just sort of be sitting in behind him, but he does well.
That's actually something I've noticed that the Devils have been doing quite well, is having that player low behind the goal line, setting up the plays in front of the goal. Been working quite well for them.
Indeed, the cycling here, again, whether they feel like they have a bit more time or confidence or pressure compared maybe to the other teams, but yeah, they're controlling the puck in the zone, managing to bringing up the boards with speed. Morris is a great example of that. If there's nothing on, throw it back down to your teammate down low to start again.
Yeah.
Keep the defence on their toes. Hanari with the face-off win. Maestronot to Byfield. Goes it back to Maestronot. Skates it in, but was that Lees with the stick on that one? And it goes up out of play.
Any defensive move is a good defensive move.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as it's not in the goal.
I'm sure any goalie would thank a player for getting in the way of a shot or deflecting it out of play.
Yeah, for sure.
Gallagher throws it on target, not covered there by Garden Deming. Hart goes for it, gets a nice wee pass back out to Gallagher. He's driving the net. But again, Garden Deming standing strong in front. Got just over 6 minutes to go here in the second period. One goal so far in this period, bringing the lead for the Red Devils to 4-0. Morris wins the draw back to Hopkins, who does keep it in and tries to take off Haas' head as he dumps it into the zone. Haas now does have it. Goes back door to Morris, but I don't think he got all of that, and that went wide of the net. Great look across up to Hayes on the point. Shot in, and that one hits the Mako defender in front, Boniface, and deflects up into the netting.
They really like that move, don't they?
Yeah, it's probably good to see the Red Devils using the defence. I think in years gone by, that was not a common option.
Yeah.
Quick chance there by Morris, just throws it in at high and wide as Haas picks it up and goes to Morris. Hayes is creeping in from the point, hits the side of the net as Mako now skating away with that. Cheney up the right side, dumps it in on Morris, but Haas is back checking well to get back and pick that up and chips that one past Hutchins.
And a couple of other Mako now close in on him and take all the speed off him. And Hutchins comes away with the puck as he tries to get past Hopkins and Moncrief. And Moncrief effectively dislodges the puck from him. It rims around the boards. Mako player keeps it in. Hutchins again. Up to Surkov there. Misses wide. Fanned on the shot there, the Mako player, but manages to keep it in the zone as Moncrief puts some body on him. Great play in front there to cut back in front, but can't get a shot off. Is that again Mako trying to throw the puck on net from anywhere. Cheney has it now, cycles it down low. Comes up the boards. Lewis cycling up high, goes up to the blue line, but can't get it through on target. And Hopkins gets it out of the zone here. Mako surveying their options, tries to hit the player, and icing's been waved off, and not a good chance there. Getting some opportunities here in the last 30-odd seconds as the Red Devils try to play it out, and they're going to call a high stick there on the Mako player. And Stephen not too happy, but the whistle's gone.
It'd be good to see the Mako. I know they don't train together and have built much chemistry, but it'd be good to see them moving around in the zone a wee bit more.
Yep.
Very much set in their positions.
Here comes in a quick shot from the right side, and Dan Reason gets a pad on it, and there was a rebound was loose for a moment there, but his glove finally goes down on it. They'll get another chance here, the Mako on a right side draw. Stevens up against Bull, and Bull wins it back, and Willis gets onto it and sources it over to Brown, and Brown throws it up but misses everyone, and we're not going to go for icing. It got waved off, and Pake now has it in front and throws it across. Lewis picks it up, and a couple of Mako players leaving the zone. He finds Stephen but can't quite get through them. Onside's the call as now Lewis skates onto it. Oh, and Stephen, fluttery chance, some opportunities there, but I think the puck was just bouncing over the sticks of everyone. And Sean Brown now skates away up the right side. Good defense there by Lewis to disrupt him at least, but Brown still has the puck as he goes behind the net. Looking for his teammates, and he cycles it back to Campbell. Campbell holding it, trying to go across the crease there, but too much in the crease, and Garden Deming puts his glove out and says, no, that's not going to Timmy Thomas on the back door.
Yeah, it was a bit sneaky from Tim Thomas there. I don't think any of the Mako players clocked on that he was coming in.
No, I think if that did get through, I think he would have had to been lining up a shin pad or something to deflect that in, because I think it was about knee height. He's coming through. And, we've got the under 5'9" line here for the Red Devils back on. And we've had some zone pressure earlier in the game, but Mako managed to escape that and comes up to neutral ice as Lowe and Thomas there carrying the puck as they come in all together. But Mako skating away and up to Masternock here. He curls back and chips it past for Lowe, who sends it back down to the corner, and Keogh Cope's going after that one. And puck gets past Thomas, and Red Devils have fallen over. Chance here from Mako, but effective back checking here from Harry Lowe, and nothing comes of it for the Mako. Maestronok up to Thomas in the half boards, chips it up the ice but can't quite connect with Lowe, and that goes down for Dickinson to take it. Harry Lowe puts pressure on him. Dickinson tries again, but Maestronok this time keeps it in the zone. He comes down, cycles it back up the boards to Lowe. Lowe throws one across back door to Keogh Cope. I think it hit a skate, but didn't quite go into the net. It just went wide of the left post. Keogh Cope surveys his options up to Dadov. Throws one into the point. Might have got a wee touch in front there, and then Garden Deming steers it to the corner. And that one just comes outside of the zone here, and the Red Devils will regroup. And a few forwards are going to change up. Maestronok holds it for a second and now goes for a skate. Winds up a slap shot and straight into the shin pads of Rasmussen. Henare battling for the puck. And he gets bumped off it there. Puck goes over to Mako, but can't get out of the zone as Hayes keeps it in. Hayes now throws one on, and that goes wide. Maestronok keeps it in and takes it down into the corner.
up to Hanari on the blue line. We one-time shot there, but Garden Deming sees that coming and puts the glove in the way.
Minute 30 left in the period. It would be good to see a few more shots on goal from both teams.
Yeah. Anything can happen in a minute and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And draws one by the Devils. Gallagher up to Hopkins. Cross to his D partner Hayes. But Lee's there to take control and pops it out to neutral ice. Hopkins flutters that one and doesn't get all of it, but Gallagher comes back to pick it up. He now skates through the neutral zone. Comes in on the left side. Takes a shot, but doesn't get much of it, and it's deflected. Mako breaking it out. Hopkins managed to break up that as Mako player now gets it back, throws it in front of the Canterbury bench area. Always a chance to get a too many men call when there's people changing, but that doesn't happen this time as Hopkins goes on a forecheck. So unfamiliar territory for him. And Morris is back out there now with Haast as he takes control into the zone. Control the puck there. 3 Mako were on him and somehow manages to get it across the ice to Moncrief. Moncrief sources it into the chest area of the Mako player. And Mako not quite enough to get it out, and Hopkins lets a high shot go by. Not that threatening, but the Canterbury bench were getting their hopes up for a goal for George Hopkins, but not to be. So we've just got just over 20 seconds here in the second period. Morris wins the draw back to Hopkins. Probably one of his better shots of his career in terms of connection and speed, but that sails a couple of pucks wide of the left post. Not to be for the second period here for George Hopkins, but there's a chance here with 5 seconds to go for the Mako. Comes into the zone, tries to throw it in front of the net where the teammate was wide open, but Red Devils get their skates in the way, and there's don't get that last threatening moment there for the Mako. So that does end the second period here, and we are at a 4-0 scoreboard for the Canterbury Red Devils.
Yeah, Devils doing really well to keep that lead, but equally Mako doing well to really kind of limit their chances. They're doing well in the defensive zone, but hey, maybe the third period will bring a bit more offense for them.
Yeah, I think the second period is always going to be a harder period for a team that's more on defence, because if you're defending most of the time, when you do get control of the puck and you want to come out of your defensive zone, you get into neutral ice. Most of your team want to change, get a line change. So there's very little flow then to get attacking pressure down the other end, and so you're normally chipping it out, dumping it out. In this case, the Red Devils picking it back up and then taking it on attack. So yeah, second periods are really hard for when team is more on the defensive side of the scale. So only let up one goal through it is probably a good result here for the Mako.
I would agree with that. I think the interesting thing is with those long shifts, you also get a lot of longer pass opportunities, which didn't really get, it wasn't a lot of long passing in that. It was almost a very, how would you say, just
I think majority of the time the Mako were just chipping it out of the zone or just relieving the pressure. Didn't have time or didn't take the time to put the head up, look for a player.
Didn't take the time. You know, they're also missing, Dima Maestrak plays for the Mako normally, or has been lately, and you can tell that the defense is having a little bit of a hard time. As you can see, Dima, when he's skating, you can see head up, eyes looking to distribute the puck. They're really missing that right now, which, you know, hey, that's a good thing for the Red Devils to get him out there and doing that right now. But that's that is a change for the Mako. But like you said, one goal for Lucy. You said one goal for the giving up one goal. The Mako, that's actually a pretty good result where they're at right now. So second period over, 4-0 the score. We will be back with you in about 10 minutes to bring you the third period between the Auckland Mako and the Canterbury Red Devils. Thanks everybody for watching, and while we're on break, don't forget there's another game going on right now in Queenstown. Make sure you check that one out on the YouTube channel and come back to us at the break, and we'll be back for third period action. See you soon. Thanks everybody. Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center, fun physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Sounders Robinson and Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants, Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz. No mai, heri mai. Welcome back, everybody, to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez. Background music. Oh, there we go. We're here calling third period action here in Christchurch between the Auckland Mako and the Canterbury Red Devils. Guys, we're going to start out here with what we think is a goalie change. It'll be Niall Fanning in the pipes for the Red Devils.
Indeed, Dan Reason taking the third period off, it looks like. And Niall Fanning getting some game time here in the third period. So,
yeah, I think the three main goalies for the Red Devils are going to get 2 periods each over the course of the 2 games here. So that'll be good for them to get some ice time there. Let's bring back take the scoreboard off. There we go.
All right, so the players convening around the centre ice dot. We should be underway in a couple of moments. Morris up against Cheney, and we're false start there. The score bench might not have been fully ready. And, I think they'll reload and get ready to re-drop the puck.
Do they get a delay of game for that?
Yeah. Right, take 2. And Marco get the puck here as it goes in almost behind Willis as he does a move to shake off the forechecker and over to Brown. And Brown sources it back to Willis, but he plays it up the board to Haast and feeds it to Morris coming slot. Just pulls it into the shooting slot and gets one off, but Garden Deming's pads there to stop that one as the Devils keep it in the zone and Morris goes after it. Haast gets it and throws it out of the zone, but Hutchins picks it up for the Mako and Morris strips it off him as he looks threatening down the left side. Keeps it to the left side, tries to deconfront, doesn't get all of it. Garden Deming's got his back to the shot and Brown throws it into the back of his legs. And it just stays in on the blue line here. And Morris takes a shot.
No stick now.
No stick for Garden Deming. It's off in the Zamboni corner. And Moncrief tries to keep it in, but it goes up to Brown. Brown now stepping in off the blue line. Throws it to Morris. Pass across to the far corner. Back cross ice again to Brown. Brown puts a move on, now steps in, throws it across to Haast, up to Willis. Willis puts it down to Haast. It's there in the blue paint. It gets kicked towards the Moncrief, I think, kicks it towards the goal, but Garden Deming's pad, he kicks it back out the rebound, and he gets the rebound off his stick, you know, to legally score a goal.
Yeah, exactly. It's not often where you intentionally kick the puck towards the goal, but that one went off the leg pad, came back out, and then was properly knocked in. Yeah. You don't normally see that at all. However, that is the 5th goal. Although they're having a quick conversation about it, I think this does count, and I think they just wanted to make sure of that. Yeah. We'll see if I can get to that replay here in just a minute. Interesting one.
Moncrief opens the scoreboard and puts one on the scoreboard here for the Red Devils early in the 3rd period. I think we've just had another admin issue there over at the score bench, and we'll come back to the centre ice. So we might be on to our 4th centre ice drop here in the first minute 15 seconds.
Well, you wanted stoppages this period. You got them.
There we go. Byfield gets it, plays it across to Meisternock. Backs up and plays it back to Byfield. Looks for the ball in the middle and can't get it past the Mako player as Campbell waits for his team to get on side, and Meisternock coming in off the right side. Doesn't move there on the Mako player and skates behind the net. Coming around up towards the blue line. He passes across. Quite a dangerous pass. There's a couple of Mako players who are looking to put their stick on it. And Mako lose control as they come across the blue line. It's played back down to Byfield. He's mishandles it a little bit and goes after it and manages to chip it up to Bull. Passes across to Campbell, but puts it too far ahead of Paik there. And goes into the corner. Meisternock open up on the point. Doesn't remove, but loses the handle and goes to Hopkins, who throws one, but hits the Marco's shin pad. Hayden Bull now has it in front, backhand in front, hits high up on the blocker, Garden Deming. And in the corner, they go after it, but whistle goes, but net looks to be dislodged.
You know, they're giving Hopkins the green light to shoot every single time. I absolutely love it. So every time he's getting the puck at the point, he's taking a roll of the dice. But so far it hasn't come out, but I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah. Part of me wants to see what the partial celebration will be, but then again, I'm definitely not going to give him credit for a full NZIHL goal if he manages to put one home here today.
Seems like a full team effort at this point.
Yeah. I think he might need to buy a coach a wee gift and just ask to be put on the power play in front of the net and just get his teammates to shoot it off him and deflect in.
It is his best opportunity, probably.
Yeah. And Mako now bring it out, and Hopkins is the player who gets it and throws it off the boards and goes just past his teammates, but no icing's been called. As Thomas now goes towards the puck in the corner. And he's bumped off it there by Clark. And Mako now bringing it up through Rasmussen, who manages to dump it in behind, and 28 Carmine goes after it. The Red Devils managed to relieve the pressure and get it out of the zone. But only momentarily as it's dumped in. We've got a delayed offside still being called here, and puck comes up to Harry Lowe in the neutral. It's taken off him, and Mako now go behind the net, come around the boards to Dunning, who Hayes gets some payback on him. I think he might have got him earlier in the game. And now Hart going after it, putting some pressure on, and we cheer from the crowd. It's got some fans in the building today. And Hayes now pinches in, keeps it in the zone. Low cycles out from the half boards, and shot goes high. Now Hart battling away again, pops it up to Hopkins on the blue line. Hopkins takes time with it, throws it across in front of the net. And Thomas now has it on the blue line and does a nice move there to not pull the trigger, and then a high shot was probably going over the crossbar, but Gavin Deming clubs that one.
Some good play there. Lowe getting a good chance in front. Let's see if I've got that one here. He's going to get something off. And a good blocker stop by Gardner there.
And draw goes here as Hart's still on the ice. Plays up to Brown, but Mako going to take this one out of the zone. But Hanare cuts that one down and throws it in deep. And King plays it up the boards to Lees. And Lees still got it. Comes up, but loses control here. And Brown throws it across to his D partner, Willis. Strong pass up. But that's intercepted by the Mako player. Throws it around the boards here as Brown's pinching in and does a good job to keep it in. Still got control. Looks for Hanare in front, but can't find him, and it comes outside of the zone, and Logan just lazily skates back to the park, waiting for his teammates to come back, and puts the pass off the skate of Hanare. And he now throws it back up the boards, but that misses everyone.
Dan, the words efficiently.
Efficiently. Without wasting too much energy.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. That was another dangerous one as the puck went past the Canterbury bench as players were changing up, but Morris has it now. Throws it in the front, but Gallagher couldn't be in the right spot. And Mako relieve it out to Maishranok in the neutral zone. He's now picking up with some pace. Willis should take some notes of that one, as that gets just bumped off his stick and goes into the corner. Moncrief now applying pressure onto Lawrence. Trying to turn it. Cheney's there as well. He goes down on the ice, but referee's arms are staying down. Up the board from Haas to Byford. Across to Morris, but he's, a good stick there by the Mako player, and that comes outside of the zone.
And you were giving Willis some stick as well, because we saw some stuff on the chat there, right?
Yeah, I think he's got a few, or maybe at least one, I don't know, friend. I don't know if that's right. One person that knows his name watching. At least, so Maishranok now gets it. Oh, good stretching save there by Garden Deming as Maishranok throws a nice snapper on net. And I believe in that save he actually kicked the net off as well, so no change for the Mako.
He pushes off here, and you'll see the snapshot off the blue line there. That is a good save, flashing the leather.
Indeed, Maishranok has it again on the blue line, backhand across to Byford. Good block there by Surkov. There was actually a question in the chat, who's wearing the C for the Mako today, and that is Surkov, as he now gets the puck. And tries to cut back in, but Morris stops as well, but Morris hits the ice, and Moncrief says, no, I'll take the puck off you. And nice wee chip in from Haas, but just goes in front of Morris. And
Okay, now Surkov again bringing it up that boards, and he gets the better of the Red Devils player who's still on the ice in front of the bench there, and I can't quite see the Morris indeed. So there you go, Surkov showing the Canterbury import his strength. As the puck comes up to Bull, he pops it nicely in front to Campbell. Campbell across to Haast, throws it back, actually hits Campbell's skate and redirects towards the corner. As Mako chip it past Dadov, here comes Lewis. And on Hopkins. Hopkins gets a stick on him, but not enough. But just unfortunately for Lewis, the puck just went too far in front of him. Mako now cycling out of the corner. Get some time down on a fresh sheet of ice down there. We're 7 minutes into the first period. And now puck comes up here. Pake's chasing after it. He's got the puck, manages to bring it into the net. Shoots and scores. Great play there by Pake. Manages to dislodge the defender, chip it past him, and then skate after it. Gets it, cuts in from about the dot, and I think bluff side there on that one.
That's a good move, and just a good angle to come back and then go short side on that. Really concise and decisive way to take what is just a breakaway shot. You're going to take the angle, take the curve, and give yourself, as soon as the goalie moves, take the shot on the inside, and you've got him moved.
Yeah, I think if you see a spot when you're coming in like that, shoot it. Don't take the risk that he'll mishandle it trying to dig him. So right on there, Pike, another young player here for the Canterbury Red Devils getting on the scoreboard, joins Byford, who got the opening goal here today. As we're battling away in the neutral zone, and Mako now bringing it into the neutral zone, but Dadov gets enough to break it up, and Hopkins battling away for it as well. Lewis cuts back in the corner, loses it. Goal scorer gets hit by Stephen. And Hopkins chips it up the board, but it goes to the Mako defender, who plays it back down in behind. Lewis is there for it. And the puck tangled up on the players. Campbell manages to get it, tries to hit Pake, but Gunn and Deming comes out to stop that one and denies any icing call happening. Up to Claymore now. He cuts into the middle, throws a long one in on Fanning. I'm not sure if we've had a shot on goal for Fanning just yet. But Brown has it behind the net. Across to Keogh Cope and breaks it out to Thomas, but Brown says, no, I'll take the puck, thank you. And Brown goes in. Short side.
That's why he took the puck right off
He
him.
took the puck. Sorry, Timmy Thomas. I'm taking this one.
He got extra style points for the drink bottle as well.
Yeah. Did get a wee bit of a bottle pop there, but yeah, nice shot, high short side there on Garden Deming.
Yeah, but about took Gardner's ear off there. That was a high-quality, targeted shot by Brown. And Thomas is going to be giving up those pucks more often.
I think that might be a 3-game goal scoring streak for Sean Brown. He got a couple last weekend, one in each game.
Yep.
Here comes Mako now. Sean Brown is the defender, but they just dump it in behind him. Mako managed to pick it up and get round Willis. Willis finally gets it and kills back. Stops up behind the net, takes a breather. And Harry Lowe comes and picks it up. And plays it up to Sean Brown again on the left wing. See if he'll do anything here. No, he drops it back for Keogh, but sails right past him. And Claymore brings it in, throws it in. Well, that's probably a shot on target there for Fanning. Get the stats people onto that one. And Harry Lowe puts his head up, tries to hit Gallagher, and that was icing, then not icing, and then icing. But I think that was probably the right call.
Yeah, good thing there with Brown taking a chance and deciding to practice in game to actually go for that tiny little target. That was really helpful. But going back to Sarakov plays for the Admirals once in a while, if I'm not mistaken, and he's taken a few names today. So the upcoming series with them will be interesting. We'll see if the memory stays long.
Yeah, indeed. As Canterbury local Zhang there gets the puck on the stick off the face-off, but puts it over the net. And puck's now in the neutral zone as Mushroom picks it up and lays it back to Willis. Willis throws some big sauce, but that's well over the stick, and no, there's no icing. It's the benefit of that one, and that's the quickest I've seen him skate to the bench there for a line change. As Maestro now has it behind the net. comes by and tries to hit Hart on the blue line. Ooh, almost an opportunity there for Lees to turn over the puck, but doesn't, as Hanare throws it in front of the net and loose puck, but now Lees comes away with it. We've got a bit of a 2-on-2 developing here. Takes it in, throws it, goes wide of the net. And Gallagher plays it up there to Hanare and trying to build some speed. Tries to go around the defender. Goes to his backhand to try and throw it in front, but doesn't get much on it, and the Mako clear it away. Icing's the call, and that will be called. So Mako players that tried to get off will need to return back to the ice.
Some good play there by, is it Campbell that was trying to keep that in? And Meisternock definitely doing a good job of just bossing the blue line at this point.
Meisternock's got some pretty good hand-eye coordination, stick skills. So
yeah, the only thing he's missing from, he's going to have a shot here. The only thing I think he's missing at this point, he's got the vision to see what's going on. He just has to make those sharper decisions.
Yeah,
he kind of second guesses himself on the ice, and you can see it.
I think sometimes he'll either look over the first opportunity, which might have been the best one, and yeah, ends up skating himself into trouble or running out of options. Here we go. I think it's Cheney now dumps the puck in and goes after it. Byford picks it up and throws it to Moncrief, chips it up to Morris, and now we've got Morris streaking ahead. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Morris.
Fast shot.
Almost fakes it past there and just quick release. Up top corner on the top glove side there and Garden Deming, and yeah, that's the skills there of the import Remy Morris.
That's just wicked play there. Morris getting away on that. You just don't know where it's going to go, and he manages to take that shot in the blink of an eye and gets it that high up. You don't expect a shot coming that high if he's going to take a shot that low and that much of a wrist shot, and that's going to probably be a wake-up call for Gardner Deming, because that's how they're going to come at him.
And Pake now on the forecheck. Lots of pressure, but Marco sending around the board, and Hayes here on the blue line picks it up. Throws it on to Harry Lowe's stick, but doesn't quite make it to the net as Surkov brings it up over the blue line. High shot, goes off the stick of Fanning there and up into the netting. Just over 8.5 minutes here to go in the third period. It's a 8-0 lead here to the Canterbury Red Devils. Face-off warning here to the Mako. We're just moving around too much. Up to the blue line. Gets it back down to his plate. Keokuk will pick it up in the middle and tries to hit Thomas, but it goes up to the Mako player. Dump it back in now.
That's Dickinson there, I think. Yeah. And he just got taken down.
Got taken down. I think maybe a bit of hand on the back of the pants there that helped him go down, but we're playing on as Keokuk cycles around with it. He lays it off to Willis, but Lewis was all over him and takes the puck away, but can't find his teammate in the middle. But here comes Stephen now. Tries to put a move on with the puck. Thomas is there and throws it up, and this one might go down for icing. And it does indeed.
So. Sebastian Stephen and Ben Stephen had a fantastic 3-on-3 party last year when we were in Queenstown. Good offense, and Ben's had a great time with the Mako with the Admirals this year.
Yep.
And I think Stephen's down in Dunedin now.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how much ice time he's getting with the Thunder. I actually don't know. We haven't played them yet, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's getting a lot of time.
Speaking of Thunder, I think that was Lewis with a weak chance coming out of the corner there. Steps in, he plays for the Phoenix Thunder and throws it high over Fanning. I think it just almost went straight out of play, but gives a chance for the Red Devils to change up because they were on an icing call, and he goes Hayden Bull with the face-off win back to Haast. Skates into the corner and pops it back to Bull, but it goes right under his skate and out to the neutral zone. And Bull applies the pressure, gets it onto Haast, and Morris Oh, a good pad save there by Garden Deming as Morris is looking for another tally. Willis down to Haas, backdoor to Remy Morris, and a great sliding pad save by Garden Deming again. He's got him twice on this shift alone. Great play there by Garden Deming. As Clark brings it in, kills back, throws it across to Clemmel. And they're playing against Dadov in the corner. Now Lewis after it. Haas manages to pop it back up to Morris. Let's see if we'll have a third chance on this shift and see what happens. But for now, he throws it into the corner and Bull goes after it. Haas there as well. Haas brings it up, looks backdoor for Morris, but didn't quite connect with him. And back now building speed is Carmine, but good D there by the Devil. And throws it back up to Morris, and that comes out for Pake in front. Morris brings it into the zone, good pass in front. Noah Moncrief tries to deep. I think it was open far side, but rebound pops out. Maestro not coming in off the blue line. Nice shot there. High block aside on Garden Deming.
Well, I'm going to show you the whole sequence here.
And we've also got a timeout being called by the Mako after that one. So
that's a good idea. Here's the first one that you guys can see this here. It's this was the first save. Great glove save, but he gave up a rebound. He was looking behind. And we'll take a look at the second one here. This was the kick save. That was just amazing.
Good cross-ice pass. Back, good movement there by Garden Deming. Again, he's probably been the player of the game for me for the Mako so far. I know the scoreboard doesn't look that flash, but he's been looking good in net, some good technique, good form, and yeah, we'd probably be looking at least double the score if he wasn't on his game today.
Yeah, that was another. So I'm going to play this one again since we're still at timeout. This is a good initial save as well. And the only thing that he didn't do on this one, he just didn't quite get tall enough to get after that first save was a big rebound. Yeah. And he was up, he saw it, but he just didn't quite get high enough.
Probably just off position as well. Wasn't probably quite centered in his net, but again, it's the pressure that the Red Devils have been bringing this weekend. Because now as we're back underway, Byford passes back up to Pake, but he's looking ahead and forgets the puck. He's knocked out to the neutral zone, and Maestro now, the goal scorer, takes his time under control and passes back to Pake, and he's forced to go back down behind his net. And gets his stick caught on the boards there and almost spins himself around. Puck comes up, Gallagher tries to get hold of it, but that's kept him by the Mako. And goes to the glove side there of Fanning, and he takes a couple of swipes at it and manages to hold it for a whistle.
Fanning actually looked a little bit handcuffed on that. He's kind of upset with himself as that kind of bounced over his glove, but so far so good. Nothing behind him.
You said that, not me. So Hayes now battling away for it on the half board against Lees. He still gets it, and he tries to throw it down low, but Campbell's there, and it deflects up into the neutral zone. And Mako now, through Barry, plays it up neutral zone. Hopkins pinching in, chips it. He's going after this one. He tries to fake the Mako player out by calling for it. Again, occasionally that works, but not today. And now the puck's turned over again, and Hart's going after it. But Boniface manages to get back and shut that chance down for him. And he tries to play it up the boards, but that's stopped by the Red Devils and goes back into the Mako zone. Forecheck now coming from Harry Lowe as Marco's played along, and Hopkins pinches in, but Mako don't get it past him as the puck still goes back into the Mako zone. As Boniface plays it back round to Barry. Thomas now coming in as Red Devils change up their line. Campbell pops it down to Lowe, tries to throw it in front to where Thomas was going, but good stick there by Garden Deming. And Hayes keeps the puck in on the blue line and takes the Mako player with him. And a loose puck now in front of Garden Deming, but that's finally swatted away. Back out to the neutral zone as Hayes across to Willis, to Campbell, and offside. Harry Lowe taking his time to get back out of the zone, and we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, it was Who was that? That was I'm looking. Campbell? No, sorry.
Campbell was just taking the puck in there
Yep.
a bit too early, yeah.
Yep.
Hinaro swatting away from it. Mako player tries to play with his glove and gets knocked down for what he's doing. And now Hutchkins plays it around the board. Red Devils are there to take control of it through Kia Cope. Dadov now plays it back down the boards, and Thomas down behind the goal line.
That's
He's turning
a dangerous
and,
call.
Yeah, turning away there, and yeah, Chaney getting Thomas in the back. Wasn't a great position there from Thomas, as he did try to turn with the puck, but yeah, all players are agreed it's a penalty.
Yeah, Aiden Chaney going off. Well, one of the prospects for the Admirals going for 2 minutes for boarding, and hopefully Tim's okay on that one.
Yep, indeed. He's managed to come off the ice and getting some water in him. So 4 minutes to go here in the third period. 2-minute power play coming up for the Red Devils. Ball on the draw, manages to win that back. Byford takes it, but Morris doesn't quite get all of it. Marco, we've got a player in the middle here, and Lewis is away. Byfield stops up and does manage to get a stick on it, and diffuses that opportunity there for the Mako.
Jack Lewis gets more time on the ice than most at this age. He knows that that clock was ticking. He needed to take that shot. Don't know why he didn't.
Now Red Devils back under control and taking his own cross-ice pass from Morris to Haas into the front. Hayden Bull doesn't quite get much on it, to be honest, and did fumble forward to Moncrief, but Garden Deming covers the puck up.
It feels like they're trying to get Bull involved. So a lot of the play that he had in power plays in prior games, he's been moving closer and closer up the slot to try to get involved in these plays, and it's helped with that, especially against the Swarm. Once again, they kind of overloaded that slot area. Just didn't work that time.
Yeah, on the small ice sheet that we have here as well, sometimes putting too many bodies down there, it's almost even then harder to get the puck through. So we've got Haas now controlling it. I think he's on the opposite wing to where he normally is, and Morris is on his wing. So I wonder if they've decided to change things up as the loose puck goes in front. A couple of whacks at it for the Red Devils, but Garden Deming doesn't trouble him, and he covers it up as about 55 seconds have gone on this power play opportunity.
And that's exactly what the Red Devils need in a situation like this. It's a game situation for them to try out and feel out those changes on PP1 there for them to get the chance to get in front and get shots. They got 2 there, but Gardner up for it.
This is what I like to see, a power play unit with 3 defensemen on it. My money's on the goal here. And Sean Brown now picks up the puck. Goes for a long stretch past the low, but it is broken up there by Clemo, the Mako, but doesn't get out of the zone.
Is Willis a forward here, technically?
Well, he's on the side there, and look at that.
Oh, we're going to hear about this one, aren't we?
Yeah, yes. You know, there was nothing quick about that one, but Willis did get the puck. If he isn't fanning on it, he does have a pretty good shot at times, and yeah, power play goal here for the Red Devils. He sneaks it by blocker side.
Well done, Mr. Willis. You made it 10. And that's what everybody's looking for in these games. If it is going to be a blowout, get to 10, and now everybody can calm down. It's 10-0 to score. So
I think his one and only follower was looking for him to get a first period hat-trick today, but he saved it to the 58th minute to finally get one.
Go to the Red Devils by number 55.
Timmy Thomas now putting pressure on and takes the puck, and Dadov does manage to take it. And he scores. Deflects off a Marco's stick. And I believe that will be your first goal on the Red Devils jersey there for Dadov.
He almost cracked a smile.
almost cracked a smile. That's great. It's great to see. He almost lost it on the blue line as well, so he did really well to keep control of that one. And then there's nothing wrong with throwing pucks to nets at times, and that one goes past Garden Deming, and we're now at a 11-0 scoreboard here with 2 minutes to go in the third period.
I know they pulled the puck for that one, but that won't be his last goal, that's for sure.
No, yeah, definitely up-and-coming player. And Goes back to Cheney. He's back on the ice after his penalty expired with the goal. Maestronot tries to play it up but didn't get all of it as Surkov keeps it in the zone. And it goes down into the corner. Cheney applying pressure, but Dadov gets control of that. Throws it up the board and hits his skate on the way through and goes wide. Puck in the corner, Hutchins throws it. Nice pass. Doesn't quite get the time to take a shot. And Surkov gets it now and throws it behind, and Maestronot goes after it with a couple of Mako putting pressure on him, but he almost skates out with it, but finally gets out of the zone here. And Keokuk putting pressure on Lewis. And goes back to Mako. And now Stephen tries to get away from Campbell. He does so successfully. Looks up the ice and tries to hit his teammate. We're going to go for a... Gets an icing call, but maybe a little hard done by with a minute to go here, as Lewis was potentially going to be the first one to touch that puck.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll see that one in center ice. I think that is a legit icing call, but it says...
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah, good point. Good point. It was close, but marginal in that one, and I think they are correcting what needed to be corrected. It just...
Yeah. And here comes Lewis now.
They'd have been okay either way, I think.
Yeah. Shot hits Hayes there in the shin pad. And Hayes now tries to chip it out, but just kept in the zone there by the Mako as we're into the final minute. Hopkins plays it hard off the boards, but doesn't go out either. Lewis now gets it. Shot again, hitting off Hayes. Hayes' leg as it goes up. And good bit of pressure here with 42 seconds to go. Lewis throws the puck. Good stick again by the Canterbury defence as that shot goes over Fanning. And Hayes now gets the puck, turns into it, throws it up the boards to Hart, and managed to chip it past. Throws the puck to Campbell. Campbell can't quite control it, and it's brought back into the zone by the Mako. 20 seconds to go now in the game. As Mako do get it out of the zone, but I think they brought it back in, so the Red Devils players are onside. Moncrief, pass, goal! There's the goal for Campbell. Moncrief to ball to Campbell, and he gets his, I believe, his first one here for the Red Devil in the Red Devils jersey.
This was just good passing back and forth, just textbook. I'm going to open it up, move the goalie, and give it back to my friend, and he'll put it in, and that's exactly what happened.
I would say Hayden Ball knew exactly who he was passing to as well on that one, so he was looking there to be the good teammate and set up a young guy for his first goal. So that's another one here for the scoreboard, and we're up to 12 now with just over 8 seconds to go. So,
and a quick shout out. I gotta say something. I want to say hi, Mom. She came all the way from North America to be here today. So thanks for attending the game, and everybody else. Hi, Mom. Thanks for coming.
So she's not watching on the YouTube live stream now.
What's that?
So she's not watching. She's not watching on the YouTube live stream.
That's why our stats are a little down. You're right, Dan?
Yeah,
that's
fair
it.
enough. We're one viewer down. So anyway, with that conversation, the game time runs out here at the Alpine Ice Sports Arena with the Canterbury Red Devils taking this one. 12-0 is the final score. But yeah, in my view, the Mako goalie, Garden Deming, played a very good game. Made some very good saves. The scoreboard obviously doesn't reflect that. And for me, it was great to see the young guys as well on the Canterbury Red Devils side getting some goals and getting ice time as well. So
I think this is exactly what you want out of a Mako game. Even though that the score is a little bit lopsided today, you still see the development on both sides. The chances being taken by the Red Devils and getting some of the plays in the hands and actually out on the ice in a game situation, so it's really good for them. And everybody in the under-23 side on the Mako getting more ice time, more development. It's nothing but good things for New Zealand ice hockey.
Good.
Oh, and hey, let's not forget, Mr. Fanning got some ice time and didn't let anything by him there, so that's good to see him having a good afternoon, as well as Dan Reason putting up 40 minutes of shutout hockey. Now, granted, they may not have had as much to do, but they had some things to do, and the Mako did have some options.
Yeah, there were definitely some moments, I think, second period there that Dan Reason had to
had to be present and make a couple of saves. So, yeah, again, it wasn't always a walk in the park. I think Mako, again, probably not getting a lot of sustained time and pressure in their attacking zone. They did have some chances, but not a lot in reality here. But that's the piece. They need to be able to make the most of any chance they do get.
I think it's important to also highlight the last, 30, 50 seconds that the Mako had. They put, really turned it up and put, went out with a bang, put a lot of pressure on and got some really good shots there.
And so did the Red Devils. Actually, they took advantage of those overcommitments and put a couple away. But that's all we need to talk about with this game because it is just a funsies, right? So we did that and we enjoyed it and had a good one. We're going to have another one tomorrow with the Mako and the Red Devils as they enjoy their after-game festivities here. The final score, the Canterbury Red Devils 12, the Auckland Mako 0. We will see you tomorrow, same time, 4:45 puck drop, and we'll catch you then. Thanks, everybody. Take care.